Don't touch them.
All right, to fund our future homestead, I bought a squiggle butt. We bought a 1970 Chevy panel van, step van. I've heard it called both. It's old. It was converted into an RV. And so we bought that, and we are in the process of restoring it right now. It was pretty rough. It had leaks in the roof. It had a couple broken windows. All the windows need re-gasketed with new rubber seals. The interior is trashed. So we've started painting it. Got the green paint on, and we used an enamel paint. And I made the mistake of not bringing Abby with me to the hardware store, and
it was avocado green. It was supposed to be grape leaves. It was not grape leaves at all.
Grape leaves?
That was the name of it, and it was not grape leaves.
Oh yeah, the color was, yeah.
Avocado green.
Like grape leaves in the spring.
It looked
maybe.
like it was going to be a skinned avocado going down the road.
So the paint I used was a oil-based enamel, and the only thing I could get at the store was a gloss finish. And it being such an old body with its imperfections and all of its character that it has, it really showed everything, and it did not have the look we were going for when we picked the color in the first place.
You picked the color.
When I picked the color in the first place. So I ended up running to a different hardware store, and you'll see I ended up...
We also had to do a little tweaks to the motor, new belts. He did all that. Oh, their gas line, new gas tank.
Oh, the gas tank, yeah. I had to, thank rockauto.com, had to, unsponsored by the way, but they have like lots of parts for this thing, and it's 50 years old, so. Got Paw Patrol.
That's it right there.
I'll restart. So we replaced the gas tank. And had to run a whole new gas line for that. The tank was really bad. It was all rusted apart. The engine didn't have any drive belts, so the alternator didn't work, power steering didn't work. When we bought it, all I knew is that it shifted into drive and shifted into reverse. Now we have it ready to paint, and you'll get to see the whole process of me painting it.
The new color.
The new color, yeah. The green's already on there. I've already sealed the roof with Gorilla Glue's sealant, which I'll put a link in the description because it was really nice. I really liked how it worked. It did fine. I'm working in a pole barn, and it is mid-30s out while I'm painting, and so running a salamander in an uninsulated pole barn just... Alright, so we got the step van painted, but not happy with the color. I was going for the earth tone olive drab color, and I ended up with avocado green, and not happy. And it was a lot of work. I didn't like the enamel I got either. I couldn't thin it, so I couldn't spray. My spray gun didn't work very well. It spit it out in globs. I did use it for corners and stuff where a roller didn't get it, But then I just rolled the whole thing, the entire body, and honestly, I've heard you can't use anything but sprayers. It turned out fine. You can't even tell. I mean, the body is rough anyways, but you can't even tell that I used a roller. But since we are doing away with the green, I didn't like the glossy effect either. Couldn't find a flat enamel dyeable base for locally at any of the stores. So at the local Ace Hardware, they said I could use a regular exterior paint, water-based, I assume latex. Yep, latex enamel. So we're going with the Clark & Kensington premium exterior, and it is a green-ish color, very olive drab, similar. It's got a gray in it, some browns, and greens, obviously. Hopefully, better. And it is warm enough today for me to actually get away with painting and not have to worry about running the salamander to keep it roughly warm enough in here. I'm going to take all my tape off. I had it all taped off to do the trim color, and I gotta take all that off. I'm gonna repaint it. I'm gonna see how the sprayer goes, and because you can, but before I start painting, sadly, due to it being a glossy surface, Clark and Kensington recommend dulling the surface, so I have to go over the whole thing with sandpaper, and once again, it's not my first time, and re-prep the body to be painted. So here we go. Alright, so we got the spray gun plugged in, all put together, and let's see how it does on some tricky spots where I'm not going to be able to roll it anyways. Seems to be working really good. I like this color already so much better. Still has a green look to it, but I mean, it doesn't look like a giant avocado skin driving down the road. So let's get this thing painted all the way. See how it turns out. All right, so got the roof with the first coat. Be about 4 hours until I can climb up there and do a second coat. But wow, this acrylic paint is a lot nicer than the enamel. One, just because I can thin it down a bit, but I'm liking this color as well. Just so much better. So I'm going to start working on the sides, get the sides done, and then I'll have to wait 4 hours to, according to the can, maybe it is a little colder than what you normally would paint at with this type of paint, so it might take a little longer. So it's 10 to 12 right now, so it'll take me about an hour to an hour and a half, I'm guessing, to do the rest of the painting. And so I'll have to come back at 6 around and do the second coat. I'm not gonna have time to do the black today, so I'm hoping to plan on doing that tomorrow. It's supposed to be warm again tomorrow, and this will be ready for the cold by tomorrow night. I won't have to heat this place anymore. Right, so got the first coat on. The color is looking so much better. I'm loving this color. I mean, it still looks kind of avocado-ish, especially in this lighting that you're seeing in the camera. And you're still seeing some of the ugly green coming through the first coat. The second coat should hide this. I am gonna put the second coat on a little thicker, and then we'll be able to do black and do the trim, the fender flares, the bumpers. The fender flares aren't on, so if you've seen them and you're like, where's the fender flares? I haven't made them yet. All right, so we have the first coat done. It's dry to the touch, so it's ready for a second coat. I'm going to roll the majority of it and spray corners and tight spots. And let's see how it turns out. Alright, so I got the second coat on. Turned out really good. I really like how it's turning out. The flat looks amazing. The green is so much better. And tomorrow will be black. Time to paint the bumpers, the decals. Really looking forward to that. So we'll see what tomorrow brings for us.